Welcome to the Crypto Sphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Saturday, November 30th at 11:22 a.m. here in Northern California. In this video, I'm going to be answering the question, what is getting ready to happen next in the crypto market? And the Reader's Digest answer to that question is that there's going to be a temporary cool down and then a massive heat up. But before we get there, check out my Patreon at www.patreon.com/cryptogenic, where you can find the Cryptogenic exit plan. And basically what it provides is both buy-in levels and sell levels for the top 30 assets by market cap. A lot of great information there. Oh, and also remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Take this all with a grain of salt. This is simply my perspective only. Now let's turn to this Bitcoin chart. This is the daily chart. Bitcoin against the US dollar, 1 day. That's a daily chart, which means every one of these candles represents a day. Down here, this is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, which measures the momentum of the market. When it breaks above the purple, that's called overbought. When it breaks beneath the purple, it's oversold. Right now, we topped out at the overbought position. Notice we had a high here and a lower high here and a lower high here, two lower highs. But notice that from this high to this high in the price, we made a higher high in the price, which is bearish divergence, and now we're making a lower high in the price. What this suggests to me is that Bitcoin needs to cool down. It needs to pull back. It's overbought. It means too much of the supply has been exhausted and it needs to be refreshed. There needs to be some selling so that we pull down. This is my target area, this top one. I expect the market to cool down and move down into this target area before it takes off again. Now, I have the second target area here in case we break beneath the first, but I do not anticipate breaking beneath the first. Now, the question is, how did I calculate this target zone here? And I did the same thing for all 30 of the top assets by market cap in the Cryptogenic exit plan, okay? I want to show you how I did it here so that you understand that these target areas are not guesses, but they are scientifically calculated locations in which pullbacks are likely. This is a Fibonacci retracement. I went from the swing low to the swing high. Notice that the 618 retracement level, which is a perfect retracement, that our buy level starts just above the 618 and goes all the way down to the 0.5. In a bull market, sometimes we don't make it all the way down to the 618. And if that's the case, I'll have some buys waiting here to take off, to grab it, just in case it takes off before the 618. But also, even if we wick beneath the 618 and come all the way down to the 0.5, we're covered, okay? So this buy area, I believe, is very, very important. And this will represent the market cooling down. This is the cool-off period, not only for Bitcoin, but for the entire market. We're talking about between 17.73 and 27.5%. Almost 28%, okay? So this is the buy zone that I'm looking at, and the entire altcoin market will pull back with Bitcoin should this happen. Now, one caveat is Bitcoin actually could just break out again and make another higher high before we get that pullback, and if that's the case, it would look a little bit different. Now, I think if it does break out, it's going to break out to between $103,000 and $115,000. Now, let's say if we take the median of that, say about $108,000, then we're looking at an even deeper retracement. If I throw a fib from the swing low to, say, the $108,000 range, now we've got a perfect 618 retracement, and we're going just beneath the 0.5 retracement level. If we hit that high, I'm going to adjust this buy level and move it up just above the 618 retracement level. So stay tuned, folks. But it looks like we're hitting resistance here at this psychological barrier, the psychological barrier of $100,000. We're oversold in the RSI. We're already making bearish divergence on the daily chart. Strong bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Look at this, how strongly two lower lows, strongly higher low, and then a lower low. So even the market, even the price is beginning to play out what we see in the RSI. Okay. Now, so that's the Bitcoin chart. That's the Bitcoin USD chart. Okay. We're topping out. Now look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. We're bottoming out. The RSI, it's heading down all the way to the oversold position. The price has dropped about a little more than 7% down to the bottom trend line of this bullish channel. Okay. So, and then there's a bullish order block here waiting. What does this mean? Now, first of all, this drop in Bitcoin dominance. First of all, what is Bitcoin dominance? Okay, let's talk about that. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 57.44%. What does that mean? Well, the total crypto market cap is $3.34 trillion. That means that right now, around the world, $3.34 trillion has been invested in the crypto market as a whole. Of that $3.34 trillion, 57.44% of it is in Bitcoin. It was 61.55%. Now it's down to 57.44% as it's dropped about 7.2%. What does that mean? Well, did you notice that Cardano exploded? Did you notice that XRP exploded? Did you notice that Sand exploded? And there's a bunch of altcoins that exploded. This is why they exploded, because 7.2% of the money that was invested in Bitcoin was taken out of Bitcoin. And when the money comes out of Bitcoin, where does it go? It goes to the altcoins. In other words, whales were taking their Bitcoin and converting them to altcoins. And when whales convert their Bitcoin to altcoin, directing money into the altcoin market, the altcoins, which is everything other than Bitcoin, the altcoins explode. Okay? Now Bitcoin dominance is bottoming out, which means that the money will flow from the altcoins back to Bitcoin. Now notice I said that Bitcoin's going to cool off. So doesn't that mean that Bitcoin's going to take off? It could very well mean that. But what it can also mean is, number one, as Bitcoin moves down into the cool off phase here, the altcoins will drop even more severely than Bitcoin. So let's say Bitcoin drops 20% or 21%. We could see 30 and 40% drops for the altcoins. So Bitcoin dominance will still rise even if the entire market is falling, simply because Bitcoin is falling at a lower level than the altcoins. Now, what this means for me is that in my trading account, I'm already beginning to take profits. And I trade on BidFi, by the way, and I'll give you more information about that later. But I'm already beginning to take profits on my long positions in the altcoins and set shorts there. Okay. Now, I'm not setting long positions in Bitcoin yet, not until we come down, not until we get a cool off. Okay. I don't set long positions when the RSI is overbought. I set long positions when the RSI is oversold. Okay. But I'm expecting a cool off. I'm expecting a cool off of the entire market, including the altcoin. Now, this is the entire crypto market here as a whole. And I'm expecting the entire crypto market as a whole to cool off down to this area here. We can calculate that by throwing a Fibonacci retracement from the swing high to the swing low. And lo and behold, let's move it up just a little bit more. Same deal. Just before our 618 retracement level, we've got this buy order. Let me tell you something. When the crypto market cap hits this area here, it is a market-wide screaming buy. That is not financial advice. That is my personal perspective. It is a market-wide screaming buy. This is where I will begin to set epic long positions in the altcoins, and I will just be expecting to profit hand over fist in this next run up. And I think before the end of the year, we're going to get down to this area here, and the next run up is going to start probably early in January. This is just what I think. And that next run up is going to be life-changing. It's going to provide life-changing returns for a lot of people. All right, so that's all I got for you today. Remember, this is not financial advice. Check out my Patreon. The gold level, I'm going to be sharing all of my trade alerts. This is the perfect time to jump in and start trading the market. Highly profitable. My newly honed strategy has been crazy profitable. I've got one trade right now that is up more than 2,000%. I got another one that's up 1,500%. all of my positions. I've got 8 positions right now, and all of them are in profit. I think the smallest one is in profit 50%. That's my smallest profitable position. Notice I got 2 shorts and 6 long positions, and all of them are profit. Look, 2,400% profit on my Cardano trade right now, 1,000% on sand. So this is the time, this is the season, and I believe I got a great strategy and I'd love to share it with you. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/cryptogenic. You don't want to do this alone. You want to be a part of a community. You want to get some guidance. On this crypto channel, on this YouTube channel, I'm going to be giving you just very general overviews of the market, but I will be getting more granular in my Patreon, so check that out. Remember, everything that I produce is designed to empower you to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. With that being said, this is Cryptogenic signing out.